Now, this is something I'm super curious about. How does tokenization unlock new revenue streams like secondary market trading or even DeFi lending using property tokens?
This is where it gets futuristic. Once you tokenize a property, those tokens become digital assets. Investors can trade them on secondary marketplaces like OpenSea, but for real estate.
Also, since these tokens have real-world value, they can be used as collateral for DeFi loans. So you can imagine locking your property tokens into a DeFi protocol and borrowing stablecoin, unlocking liquidity without selling your real estate holdings.
Welcome to Blockchain की बात नेटकैप के साथ, your go-to podcast for everything blockchain, Web3 and the future of tech. I am Angela and today we are exploring a game-changing topic, real estate tokenization, or as many call it, fractional tokenization of real estate assets. Imagine owning a piece of New York skyscraper or a luxury resort in Dubai without ever stepping foot there. That's the power of tokenization, breaking down massive assets into digital tokens accessible to global investors. Joining me today are an experts in blockchain and tokenized assets. Welcome Ruchi and Ms. Simran.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Angela. Thanks for having me.
So let's kick things off with the most exciting part. How does fractional real estate tokenization enable investors globally to own a share of premium properties like skyscrapers or resorts without even visiting the country?
Well, that's the beauty of tokenization. Traditional real estate is highly localized and not liquid, but with fractional tokenization, assets like a 100 million skyscraper are divided into smaller digital tokens, and each of them represents fractional ownership. Investors from India, Singapore, or Europe can buy these tokens online and don't need any flyover or handle the paperwork or deal with complex foreign property laws. It's borderless investing actually. Platforms like Realit in the US or Lofty are already offering fractional ownership of properties with as little as $50 investment actually.
That's incredible. It really democratizes access to the premium assets that were once reserved for the big players. One major pain point in real estate is liquidity. Selling farmland or a commercial building takes months, even years. How does tokenization solve this?
Exactly. Real estate is known for being asset-rich but cash-poor. Tokenization changes that. By converting properties into tradable tokens, you create a secondary market where these tokens can be bought and sold instantly, just like stock or crypto. Take the example of Beacon. They recently tokenized multiple residential buildings in Europe. An investor could exit their position midterm without waiting for the property to sell. This model could be huge for farmland, to where token holder can exit anytime rather than waiting for the harvest season or buyer interest.
Wow, that could transform how people view real estate investments. Instant liquidity was almost unheard of in this sector. Speaking of innovation, let's talk about income. How can smart contracts automate rental income distribution to token holders in real time?
This is where blockchain shines. Smart contracts automatically execute rental payouts the moment the rent hits the account. Suppose a property earns $10,000 monthly rent, so the smart contract instantly splits and distributes it to token holders based on their individual ownership percentage.
Realit already does this. They pay rental income weekly to token holders' wallet without any middleman banking delays or manual calculation. It's seamless, transparent, and happen in real time.
That's so efficient. No more chasing landlords or delayed payments. Of course, everything sounds great, but what about legal hurdles? Say someone wants to tokenize a $10 million apartment complex. What are the regulatory challenges when offering fractional ownership globally?
Great point. Tokenizing real estate crosses into security law territory in many countries. For instance, in the US, the SEC might classify these tokens as securities requiring proper registration.
Plus, you have KYC AML requirements, property rights complications, and tax implication across borders. Even recently, Dubai's Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority, or VARA as we know it commonly, issued new guidelines for tokenized assets, while Singapore is actively regulating tokenized real estate under the Payment Services Act.
Yes, she's right. It's complex but evolving. Company must work with legal experts to ensure compliances in every jurisdiction where tokens are sold.
Right, the tech is ready, but regulation is still catching up. Now, this is something I'm super curious about. How does tokenization unlock new revenue streams like secondary market trading or even DeFi lending using property tokens?
This is where it gets futuristic. Once you tokenize a property, those tokens become digital assets. Investors can trade them on secondary marketplaces like OpenSea, but for real estate.
Also, since these tokens have real-world value, they can be used as collateral for DeFi loans. So you can imagine locking your property tokens into a DeFi protocol and borrowing stablecoin, unlocking liquidity without selling your real estate holdings.
Some projects like Landshare and Tropy are already exploring this and creating a bridge between traditional real estate and decentralized finance.
That's mind-blowing. Real estate entering DeFi was unimaginable a few years ago. Before we wrap up, any latest news or real-world examples you'd like to share?
Sure, recently Red Swan CRE Marketplace tokenized $2 billion worth of commercial real estate in the US. Investor could buy tokens for properties like luxury apartment and office complexes.
Another exciting example is Fraction in Hong Kong successfully tokenized high-end residential properties, allowing small-ticket investors to buy in with just a few $100s.
And globally, BlackRock is exploring blockchain to tokenize asset, signaling huge institutional interest in this space.
That's incredible. It really shows that real estate tokenization is not just a concept anymore. It's happening now. This has been such an insightful discussion. Any final thoughts for our listeners?
Real estate tokenization is the future. It lowers barriers, adding liquidity, and creates new investment models. However, investors and platforms must navigate regulatory landscapes very carefully. The potential is huge if it's done right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Simran and Ruchi, for breaking this down. And to our listeners, if you found this episode valuable, don't forget to follow Blockchain Ki Baat Netcap ke saath. We'll be back soon with more deep dives into the future of blockchain and emerging tech. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed.